Plymouth is a city beside the sea, and the ships they add and they take away, the ocean is a mathematician. But Plymouth is not a thing of precision. She was once a snake with a white skin, but she sloughed that off, and now she's a golden and glorious black and green shining python, with Chinese eyes and Polish pronunciation. That lump in her stomach, what is she digesting? 10,000 fighting Irish running from the famine, thin Cornish tinmen and shepherds from the rest of Devon on their way to Australia, shipwrecked Frenchmen, Jews and Huguenots, anything and anyone running to and running from. Gypsies and showmen change the place and move on. Only the rich can reach down roots. The poor man always will be straying, and the poor women with their poor children. Only the strong can keep their station. The weak, they are always escaping with all their strength. So by my calculation, Plymouth is not a thing of precision. She is a mouth wide open, saying, "For what we are about to receive, may the Lord make us infinite."
So let's talk about the world at your feet. Mark, from what I've read, this is going to be a very, very big show.
Yeah, it is a bit of a positive monster. It's an outdoor and indoor promenade theatre, dance theatre piece, and it's about migration, and it involves a company of 70 performers, and it's involved a huge number of members of the community, people in Plymouth. Kind of helping us to develop the bit of work. It's written by Peter Oswald, who's a nationally and internationally recognised playwright, and it's produced by a partnership of all the major arts producers in the city of Plymouth, which is a big first.
And it's more than just rock up at the theatre and watch something. You've got to get involved.
Yeah, it's a bit of an adventure. As I said, it's about migration, and we're trying to celebrate the many stories of people who come to Plymouth and have come to Plymouth over the years, and who live here now. So in actual fact, the show starts at the Mayflower Steps. So one books one's ticket as normal. The curtain is 7:45. So audiences will start arriving at the Mayflower Steps at about 7:20, and they will immediately get fed through and kind of become migrants, and they will be put on a boat and an old bus that we've got, kindly provided by Plymouth Transport Preservation Society, and they will be taken on a journey to Royal William Yard, where they will become immigrants, and then they begin to become part of the story as well as watching it.
I've been here for 7 years.
In the summer of 2012, the city of Plymouth celebrated the Olympics with a theatrical spectacular, The World at Your Feet. In the multicultural spirit of the Olympics, this project was about the many people who have made Plymouth their home. This is a piece of theatre made by these people and with their true stories of coming to this country. Spearheading this huge piece of work was the Barbican Theatre and its creative director, Mark Leville.
I think in terms of Plymouth and the arts, why the Barbican decided to generate a piece of work about migration was following on from other work around racism, xenophobia and difference that we've done over the last decade. Lots of migrants in the city, a city of migrants historically, but very few stories about them published, lots of hidden history. So it felt like a very rich scene to kind of mine.
Over a 6-month period, researchers collected over 100 real stories from real people who had migrated to the city. The task of pulling these together and making them into a piece of theatre fell to nationally renowned writer Peter Oswald.
I was presented with a huge amount of research material that had been already done. I just had paper to work from, but this was more like being a writer or poet brought in to assemble, put together, give a voice to a whole load of people's input.
When I moved to Plymouth, it was really difficult. I hated it. I was crying all the time. It is just like Plymouth is nowhere.
When you come here, you're like a child. You don't know the law, you don't know the language, you don't know what's right or what's wrong.
And I had that conversation once with someone. I generally don't like Poles, but you are all right. If they know you, they treat you much better instead of, being nobody.
I still don't understand, not about the show, but I still don't understand with this subject matter why we human beings get so het up about people coming from somewhere else. How would it change if we just found out a bit more about each other's stories?
I imagine and I hope that there will be a sense that it's something more than an ordinary professional performance in a theatre, but that it is, you can feel in it something actually happening in the community before your eyes, which you're participating in as a member of the audience.
The company is by no means an ordinary theatre company. It is a mix of professionals, refugees and asylum seekers, and young people from the city. In January of this year, Dakoto Ayasamane was a political prisoner in the Democratic Republic of Congo. Having fled his home country, he now finds himself taking the lead role in the production, having never acted before in his life. He comes to talk to Peter about his experiences.
Where do I start?
Elections. Start with the elections.
During the last election, which happened in 2011, we were asked to change the ballot of elections. But my conscience just played a lot, and I consulted a couple of other friends. I was like, I don't think this is a good thing to do. We were young, we want change in this country, and we're not going to do something like that. So most of them have agreed, and we didn't change it. I'm not going to do it. Put me in prison, secure places, but in the process there were people that knew me, that knew my father, that did not also like the fact that I'm just arrested for something, for standing up for my own right. And those people also are in higher places. Although he's a kid, he doesn't know much. If he say no, he say no. You can't just arrest him. But they've got bosses, they got people with power on top of them as well. So they thought the best way to get out. We can't keep you here, but we can. The minimum we can do is to get you out and get you out of this country, so you can go live your free life somewhere else, because you cannot do it here. So
it's like in South Africa they say freedom or death. Either I'm free or I'm not free. What's the point of living here if I'm not free? Yeah, shoot me if you want to, but freedom is what I want. It's my freedom. Nobody else is in charge of it by myself. So if you think you're the boss of my freedom, okay, shoot me.
Katarzyna Skrucha, an economic migrant from Poland, has also never performed before. She has been living in Plymouth for 7 years, hoping to find a better life here in Great Britain.
I felt very welcome. It was pretty funny because I think there was very few Polish people here in Plymouth back then and in Cornwall. So whenever we were meeting people, they were like so surprised. You came all the way here, and how long you've been here? Why here? They most of them never met any other Polish people before, and it felt for the local people here we were kind of exotic, if you know what I mean. And of course the situation a bit changed when the whole huge Polish immigration wave came along the city got a lot of Polish immigrants who came to work.
The cast has been exploring ideas taken from their own personal experiences and the research material for some time. They are at the Theatre Royal rehearsal space, TR2, for the first day of rehearsal with a full cast and a completed script. Most of the youth members of the company have never been confronted with so many different nationalities. There are over 15 different first languages in the company, and for many, this is a new experience.
Look at the breadth of languages and ethnicities we've got in this space. That is extraordinary. But I don't want, none of us want, an audience coming away going, that was wonderful, but it was only kind of amateurs and young people, wasn't it? You are potentially a professional company doing a professional piece of work that I want to stand up and be able to stand up against any work that's been made by any of the 5 organisations involved. Professional, community, whatever, immaterial.
What exactly is he saying?
So you're telling the audience to listen to your point of view. That's your reason for your journey, yeah?
Well, so far, a very busy day. A long day of work, rehearsing the final scene. Really, really good atmosphere. We've met for the first time the rest of the crew.
Can you please continue to sort of, as an act of will, integrate with each other, try to integrate. So at lunchtime, although it's downtime, mix it up, folks, right, mix it up. If no one's met Ali yet, or Dakota, yeah, then introduce yourselves, have a conversation, right? Don't split into English language, first language, other languages, first language, don't go there either. Mix it up, act of will, yeah? We have to go on that journey, and that has to be the responsibility of every single individual in this space, yeah? It must be. Because how dare we, if we don't do that amongst ourselves, how dare we tell a story to the world to say, and we think you should be doing this too.
I've seen so many people, it's like, we come here just to, be actors and actresses in the future.
That's
and
very,
this
I'm not gonna
project
say.
Here, there's an objective, right? A very big objective why this program is going on. And some people come here just to be actors, learn from Mark and see what's up. But I think there's more to that. Yeah, there is.
Up until now, actors, dancers and musicians have been working in isolation. It is challenging bringing all these groups together, and for Dakota, the process of making theatre is becoming clearer.
To get together with other performers as well, especially the dancers, musicians, and kind of putting things together. And I've never done this before, seeing how 2 pieces of a puzzle fit together, and being able to just sit back and see how other people perform, learn from that. I think that was the greatest part of this, of today.
The company really integrated really well. People really accepted each other. The first time the dancers, the actors from the Theatre Hall and the actors from the Barbican had come together. So that was brilliant and that was fab. We've actually achieved the plan for today, bar a bit of detail at the end. But we're far further forward today than I thought we'd be when we planned it. I thought when we planned it we'd only get through half the plan. We got through 90% of the plan. So I'm dead happy, yeah, dead happy. My voice is going, because I've been shouting.
For the asylum seeker actors, the content of the play is a constant reminder of their own experiences. For Mark, this emotional journey is amplified by the hardships he must face in everyday life while he waits for refugee status.
I found myself here on a long journey. Somebody directed me to Red Cross and say I need to ask for asylum. I don't wait for more than 3-4 months now. And every day, you check whether letter don't come from Home Office. And if people find out, say, you be asylum seeker, they go see you as less of human being. You just say you no be human being, because nobody go want come close to you. So when they tell me say they get project drama to do, I'm really happy because it will keep me busy. When I go there, I meet people, and everybody where they there welcome me. They treat me like family, and all this while they go there, it's just like say I belong to something, you know. Because if they say no be the Barbican group, I don't know how my life will turn out. Maybe I for don't kill myself since, you know, because
Back at TR2, the rehearsals continue. Today, the main focus is on one of the pivotal characters in the piece, Angry Man, played by professional dancer and choreographer Josh Ben-Tovin.
Settle. Pull the focus. Let them settle. So go from the first cell from Mandela, all together. 3, 2, 1, go. Inclusivity, richness and diversity, university, ebony and ivory. Great Britain, great Britain, great. All hands on deck, all hands on deck. Flood, flood, fire, 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 fire.
Angry Man is not a naturalistic character. He's a symbol. But he's made up of an array of voices from varying sections of society, all of which display some sort of hatred towards migrants specifically, or towards other races.
I find it a very uncomfortable watch because I have 2 children who are mixed heritage and I'm an anti-racism worker. And there's something about Josh, he's got a very English look. His colouring is right. He's very vulnerable, he's very elfin. He's very beautiful actually. But his face becomes a slight sort of caricature, and I find that if you watch people in the midst of a racist attack, their faces become a little less human. The way they express themselves is very similar, I think.
But I think for us foreign people, it happens all the time when we have to justify our place in this country and our reasons why we are here, and that we are not a threat to anybody here.
I've been attacked on the street. I told you before, a girl threw something. I was just walking down the street, and then this girl was really, really mad. 2 girls walking down the street, and I just casual look. I just look. Somebody is coming, and I look. And she told me, "What are you looking at?" And that's how it started. Next thing I know, a bottle flying, hitting a light post. Boom! It's a little bit too much.
As I think of my children, and I think of all the people in this city who struggle with people giving them a hard time, maybe verbally, but also the physical attacks that you get. My children are very secure in their heritage, and that will make them relatively robust. But I know one day that my heart will be broken, and that's hard. Someday someone will say something to them and that will be too much, and that's why it's important to do work like this. It's really important.
We have quite a lot of Polish people, and they fit in really well. But you get certain people who come over here and don't seem to want to work.
A lot of opportunities are being lost for local people. If someone, no matter what colour, has got a skill to offer, I'm happy with that. I don't care if they're a nurse, a doctor, something useful, not a drama at all. However, if they come to this country and fall off the radar with nothing to offer, then why do they come here? We're a soft touch in that respect.
But they seem to have brought a lot of guys in from the eastern area, Czechoslovakia or wherever it was, and I don't think they've actually made Plymouth a better place, you know, to be honest with you.
Actually, Plymouth's become multicultural in the last 4 or 5 years. There's nothing we can do about it. We've integrated and we'll move on.
It ain't going to bother me too much, but I'm concerned for the future of this country. In 200 years' time, Britain won't be Britain, it'll be a multicultural society not as we know it. The Prime Minister will probably be black.
Back at the Barbican Theatre, some of the actors are developing a section of the show which gives voice to some of the true stories unearthed by the research.
The intimate stories are real stories written by people who made Plymouth their home.
The notion is that it's all happening in different rooms, synchronously. There will be a 15-minute window for people to explore intimate stories, 15 or maybe 20-minute window. And the audience will wander around and be guided by the security and by the truffles and helped in and out of different rooms and along the corridor. And these things will be happening. It will be like an installation rather than a piece of theatre.
My story was very close to my heart, really, and it was about his sense of being different whenever he opens his mouth.
You see, because my skin is white and I'm looking like them, they think I'm the same as them until they are hearing me speak.
My dad is a driver with a firm.
He says some people in taxi do not say hello and do not say goodbye. They are kicking the door shut with their feet. One time he had a group telling him, go left, making him drive in circles. Then after journey they refused to pay fare.
Yeah, this is England, you're supposed to be speaking fucking English! Put another fucking in there.
I think Plymouth, like most of the places, has this different groups of citizens. Some of them are very open-minded and they understand the importance of variety of cultures and how what other people as human beings bring to the city, no matter where they come from. While there are still people who think whatever happens bad to them, it's because of foreigners. If I don't have a job, it's because of foreigners. If I can't find a flat, it's because foreign people are renting everything out.
Go home, you fucking immigrant.
Be that person, I'm the immigrant. Tell me to
go home, fucking immigrant. Go home, fucking immigrant.
Even more.
Go home, fucking
Even more.
Go home, fucking immigrant.
The audience need to come out of this going, oh my God. I've never engaged with migration at that level of personal detail before. Wow, that's made me think about it in a different way.
It's day one at the site. Plymouth's striking former Navy base, Royal William Yard, will be the location for this immersive piece of theatre. The cast of 60 will be taking the audience on a journey into a dystopian Britain where new arrivals are highly controversial. To help create this, they will be using a derelict military hospital, secret gardens, tunnels and archways. It is a very exciting moment for everyone to see it for the first time. With such an enormous site and an ambitious text, the creative team are concerned about the abilities of this inexperienced company to pull it off.
Today, we're going to work on site. So what tends to happen outdoors, when you first go outdoors, is your focus goes. You start looking at and smelling the food and da-da-da. Today, please, keep your focus on us and on the job we've got to do, and we'll get through today and you'll feel more embedded.
way. Lift that above your face. Don't let me see it.
It's a cemetery. Sorry, you can't come this way. You've got to go.
Sakani!
It's naturally going to happen when actors have been rehearsing indoors that they start to panic or shrink when you're outside. So with that in mind, the map of what we've been working on is really good and really strong, and now it's just about them getting used to being outside and understanding that there's noise and that everything needs to be magnified, and I think they're getting that quite quickly already.
It's all taking shape, you know? It's like everything is all set to like get this done, you know, and just practice in the spaces, because we're at the Barbican, we didn't have that many spaces to practice, but here we have like everywhere to practice, you know. Yeah. Just sort of we can move everywhere, and it's getting really cool.
Not only is there a cast of 60 working on the performance side, many have also joined the technical team of 30 to help make the set and props. With such a large site and such a small budget, everyone mucks in to lend a helping hand.
From 5 until 7.
And you push it all the way down, and this is going to be a bit taxing at this end, because it's going to try not to go in. It's going to be naughty. And if I were doing this, I would be swearing now, but I'm not going to swear. Oh God. Okay, this is not a challenge that I need actually, because there are 8 of these, 8 fours are 32. 32 times going, get in, the gap, is actually going to be very irritating.
So I feel a little bit like, yeah, this is serious now. It was a lot of fun on the rehearsals and on the workshops, but now we have to focus and really, really work hard on this. It's very liberating, the possibility of becoming somebody else for a moment, or a different character, or exaggerate something for a moment. The things that you would do in theatre that you don't really do in real life. After the rehearsal, I feel like I'm waking up from some sort of hypnosis. It's like, oh my God, I'm back on the earth again. I think since I've started the theatre and rehearsals, I look and question things a bit differently. I don't know how to explain that exactly, but it's this possibility of for a moment standing aside of yourself and looking at things from different perspective.
Okay, and finally for this bit, and then we'll do some more in a moment. Good person of Szechuan. Now, this is a first.
When I'm home, I'm very bored, and I see this place like somewhere I can actually come, you know, and be myself, get myself busy, keep the mind busy, especially if I'm home. I believe I'll go mentally crazy, but coming here to help out, it gives me something to do. I've got some friends now, friends that I never thought I'll be able to have, like, maybe not very close, but at least somebody you can actually talk to. I see everybody here as a family, not actually, but just put it that way.
Meanwhile, a costume team of just 3 is tasked with designing, making and fitting 60 costumes. Nicola, the assistant designer, has just graduated from university. This is the first time she's ever worked alongside a professional designer, and with high expectations riding on the show, everything must look fantastic, even on a shoestring budget.
It's a huge job. I've done theatre work before for the last 3 years. It's all been in a theatre and all small cast, and yeah, it's been quite overwhelming, but it's been an amazing experience. It's something I will look back at and be so glad that I did it. We're just trying to get all the costumes perfect, and that's a huge task because it's literally a cast of 60, so it's a bit crazy. It gets personal as well in theatre. You have your ups, you have your downs, and the theatre is a beautiful thing, really. Like, you become so close to people because you see everyone's sides, and yeah, so it's going to be an experience I'll always remember. It's brilliant.
I just felt there was a sort of emptiness around here.
Yeah, well, I think we need a scarf.
And I'd like to fill it with something.
Yeah, no, so would I, absolutely.
But it might be, I wonder whether it's
like
the
a
Union.
velvet
Well, no, I wonder whether it's the fucking Union Jack. Just thinking about it.
He says nothing.
Sorry.
Good times. Oh. Sorry, oh. Okay, Union Jack, right.
No, it's just an idea.
It's only an idea.
It's probably too much. It's too much of a statement.
It is a bit, isn't it? It is.
On his first day off from rehearsal in some time, lead actor Dakota has other difficulties to contend with. Having been given his leave to remain in the UK as a political refugee, he must now go about finding a job, as job seekers' allowance is barely enough for him to live on.
A friend of mine, his name is Joel, I work for this temp agency, and he guaranteed me that if I go there, I'll be registered, and then they will call me within like a day or two about the jobs. And I went there. It didn't happen that way. Instead, they just want to have my resume and promising that they'll call me, and I don't know what to do. And it's been the same story everywhere I've gone. Everywhere I've been, the same story. Leave your resume, we'll call you. I don't understand. How do everybody get jobs around here?
What will you do if you don't get a job? What will happen?
I don't know. I guess the theatre makes me feel good. I go back to rehearsal. That's what I like to do.
With the opening night drawing closer, the cast are putting the final touches to the show. Things are going well, and everyone has surpassed expectations with their hard work. The largely volunteer cast has been rehearsing 5 times a week, 8 hours a day. Despite the hard work, there are still many unfinished scenes, and the cast must quickly learn how to manipulate an 8-foot-high Muslim terrorist puppet, refine music cues, and polish the dance sequences.
You know, it's 5 days until the show, so I think everyone's kind of a bit, you know, everyone's stepping up their game and everyone's sort of pulling up their socks, and you know, it's quite chaotic, but in a fun way. You know, I always like this kind of moment before the show because everything's in anticipation and all the nerves are sort of gradually getting higher, and so is the adrenaline. So it's cool.
As the day draws on, there is still the final scene to rehearse, and the cast are beginning to tire.
You need to go back to Melville when you're released from here and get yourself sorted to run from the end of Angry Man, the transition into Collision, into the garden as a full run of that sequence, okay?
We are hungry.
Can I pass someone this?
We are hungry.
And we are very, very tired.
You think you can tell Mark that we are really tired? Jake is dying already.
I'm knackered. All I want is my bed. I just want to go home, go bed. Mind you, I do enjoy it though. It's really good.
Seems a bit scary that we were just sorting out the ending and transitions between the scenes. So we've got basically only one more rehearsal, like dress rehearsal, before it's open.
After a long week of rehearsal, the cast arrive bright and early at Royal William Yard. Today is the first and only dress rehearsal, and everyone is feeling the pressure.
How are you feeling?
Super. Can't wait.
Hello.
I think repetition just drives me crazy. You know, repeating the same stuff over and over and over and over and over.
If everything's set, then we're in the processing room.
Yes, processing room then.
If everything's set in a ready place, then we're in the processing room waiting. Can you tell everyone?
Tonight, it's about you taking the show and running it from the beginning to the middle to the end. Pushing pace into it, getting volume into it, and most of all, connecting with an audience. And there is an audience here, it is us. Terrified though you might be, enjoy yourselves and try to enjoy yourselves, yeah? Okay, stand by. Audience performers out there as if you're coming off the boat, please. Everyone else stand by.
The cast is waiting for the curtain up, but 10 minutes after the dress rehearsal was due to start, it is discovered that one key actor has gone missing.
Hey Mark, where are you at? 4 minutes. Mark, this is the dress rehearsal. This is as important as a performance. We're about to start a practice performance. It's as important as a performance. You need to run.
Where is he?
Run.
Where is he?
Where are you now, exactly? Okay. Alright, okay. You just run in. Run straight in, yeah?
Where is he? Where is he?
I don't know, he's 3 or 4 minutes. He said he's
Right, we'll start without him.
Start without him.
Stand by then, please. Ready? Stand by. Stand by.
Eventually, Mark Samuel arrives.
So Mark Samuel arrived an hour late for the dress rehearsal because he didn't have any food and was too shy to ask anybody in the cast.
How do you feel about that?
I feel really bad that he didn't come and talk to any of us, but I'm worried that Mark Laville will cut him from the cast if he gets the wrong impression. So I think hopefully Mark will be forgiving because Mark's such a fantastic actor. I really want him in the show, but him turning up an hour late for dress rehearsal is so not good.
When I first landed, I didn't know what country I was in. It took some time for me to realize that I wasn't where I thought I would be.
Hong Kong! From Saudi Malaysia! There's no room! You have to go back!
It's upsetting. It's upsetting. There are going to be people who potentially could be overwhelmed. I don't know, at this point I do not know if it's a me thing or if it's an audience thing. I have no idea. Only you will know on the night when you see people going through those rooms if it's a Fiona thing or if it's actually lots of people that react like that. It's hard to tell, isn't it? I think I'm quite normal.
You people got it all wrong. History is written in the bird song. And the birds they have no color. Humans are movement. We are a moving mixture of blood and water. Somehow, out the back. But it's a bit wounded at the moment. It's very good. It's a whole cat. It's got fur and everything. Its claws need sharpening up. It needs brighter eyes. Its outdoor meow needs to be much louder. Yeah? The biggest thing about tonight was respect, absolutely respect for your effort. Yeah? It's the first time you've run it, really. The night before you open to an audience of at least 60. So very, very, very well done.
I mean, tonight took it out of me a bit. I can't imagine what I'm going to be like after 5 of these things, so maybe a bit of a lifestyle change is in order.
Last time is very hard. See you later.
It is the morning of the big day. Tonight, Dakota will be performing in front of an audience for the very first time.
Just really quiet, really relaxed. Review my line this morning, and I think I have another 30-minute review before I go, and that'll be it. It's reality that I have to deal with in the next couple hours. That's the reality. I am gonna have to face these people. If this project will add something to humanity, I want to be part of it. If it will change something about humanity, I want to be part of it. If somebody will gain something from it today and not to be the same again, I want to be part of it.
After a day of much needed rest, the cast arrive, ready for the first performance.
You need to really, really enjoy yourself tonight. But maximum discipline. You enjoy yourselves by preparing yourselves well and releasing yourselves so you can fly. And I hope you fly tonight. The difference between delivering a show and flying. But to get there, you need to really, really focus. Absolutely focus on your discipline and warm up and concentrate on each other as you go.
I'm very nervous. Very nervous.
I was expecting to be more nervous, but actually it's alright. It levels, it balances nervousness with excitement.
Yara was pointing the way.
How are you feeling, Mark?
Nervous.
Meanwhile, at Commercial Wharf on the Barbican, the audiences gather for the opening night. They have been given suitcases and told they will be taken on a journey to a new world, and few of them have any idea what to expect.
You haven't got the foggiest, have you?
No, we haven't actually seen anything except this.
They have no idea.
I know there's been a huge amount of effort gone into it and lots of long performances, so it looks like a really interesting concept.
We thought we'd hop on down and see what all the hoo-ha was about.
Good evening. Would like to make your way over towards the processing room. Keep your suitcases with you at all times.
Hallelujah! Welcome!
Welcome! You come from utterly different cultures.
It will take you some time to discard those and take on ours. Not that we want you to discard everything. What is precious to you, you must keep.
As long as you can fit it in alongside what is precious to us.
I didn't know what country I was in. For a good while, I just stood there, I just stood there.
My life went from being horrible to amazing. I mean, I have so many new friends. Everybody talks to me now. I walk down the corridor and people think, whoa, look at her, she looks pretty. And I mean, I've never had someone say that to me before, and it just feels so good to be liked by everybody.
The World at Your Feet was always an ambitious project, producing an innovative and extraordinary piece of outside theatre to mark the Cultural Olympiad, celebrate the diversity of the city, reach out to those who still feel threatened by people who are different, and give young people a meaningful and profound experience that will stay with them for the rest of their lives. The production ran for 2 weeks and drew packed houses for the duration of the run. It was hailed by the Press and Arts Council England as a creative success. Audiences were moved and similar projects are now being planned. Perhaps some attitudes have been changed, as the Koto hoped they would be.
Very good. Very, very good.
I think the last bit of it really summed it up, that it's transition, and what you see 1,000 years ago will change in 1,000 years' time, really.
Like the bit in there when we first went into this building and people's stories I found really disturbing. I think because I knew they were real, that's what made it kind of really shocking. It's good just to be made aware of how other people's lives are so different.
And I'll still be able to do a press up.
Well done.
I think people were able, who came as audience members, were able to take something away and go, oh, I'm seeing my city in a different way. I know that all the participants had something like that. And I did too. You know, telling a story here in Plymouth is not going to affect 1,000 people in China straight away, like maybe watching the telly does. But it's not that sort of medium. It's about a live interaction between human beings in the flesh. It can't solve social issues and social problems, but it can raise them up into the public environment and the public consciousness and the emotional kind of consciousness, and create some kind of discourse about them. I mean, that's part of the nature of projects like these. You know, you either do that in this kind of work, or you go and do, you know, Oklahoma.
Only the rich can reach down roots. The poor man always will be straying, and the poor women with their children. Only the strong can keep their station. The weak, they are always escaping with all their strength. So by my calculation, Plymouth is not a thing of precision. It's just a mouth wide open saying, for what we are about to receive, may the Lord make us infinite.
Take some pigs, Celts and Silence, then let them just settle. Then overrun them with Roman conquerors. Remove the Romans after approximately 400 years. Add lots of Norman French to some Angles, Saxons, Jutes and Vikings, and stir vigorously. Mix some hot Chileans, cool Jamaicans, Dominicans, Trinidadians and Bajans, with some Ethiopians, Chinese, Vietnamese and Sudanese. Then take a blend of Somalians, Sri Lankans, Nigerians and Pakistanis, combine with some Guyanese and turn up the heat. Sprinkle some Indians, Malaysians, Bosnians, Iraqis and Bangladeshis together with some Afghans, Spanish, Kurdish, Turkish, Japanese and Palestinians. Then add to the melting pot. Leave the ingredients to simmer. And as they mix and blend, allow their languages to flourish, binding them together with English. Allow time to be cool. Add some unity, understanding and respect for the future. Serve with justice and enjoy. Know that all the ingredients are equally important. Treating one ingredient better than another will leave a bitter, unpleasant taste. Warning, an unequal spread of justice will damage the people and cause pain. Give justice and equality to all.